And coming from a Asian family, when you told your parents, I want to become a professional ice skater, how did that go over?
Well, when I was 7 years old, it's 1988, watched the Olympic Games, and I watched Brian Boitano win, and I turned around and I said, "Mom, Dad, I want to be an Olympic ice skater," and they thought it was a fantastic thing. They thought, you know, it's good to have a dream, to be passionate about something, but they also made me realize that it takes a lot of hard work. And that's the one thing they told me right from the beginning. Is like, you can dream as big as you want, but you're going to have to climb that far up.
And tell us about that. I mean, tell us about the training as a child and really the sacrifices that everyone in your family, including your mother, made for you.
I feel that I've never made a sacrifice personally. It's always been my parents. Because it was my dream to be an Olympic ice skater. It was my dream to do that, to skate. They've given up so much for our family, for my brother Ron, for my sister Karen, and for me, to make those dreams come true. And so when people ask me, you know, you sacrificed so much, you know, you didn't have time to hang out with your friends, to go out to dinner, sleepovers. I said, no, that's totally wrong. I made a choice to make a decision not to go out to the movies, because if I do that, then I wake up in the morning and I'm tired and I can't skate, can't do my homework, a lot of things. So I made choices, but my parents were the ones that sacrificed the most.
I know that I've been approached by a number of Asian young people, and they have conflict with their parents because their parents, many of them are immigrants, and they're very sort of defiant about wanting their kids to follow a certain path. Yeah. But yours was definitely an unconventional one. It wasn't going to school to become a doctor or a business person. So to the young people in the audience who may have that conflict with their parents, what can you say to them to help them get their parents to understand and realize their dreams as well?
I think there needs to be an understanding between parents and their kids. I was lucky enough, my parents said, oh, you know, you should try tap dancing, you should try dance, you should try ice skating, gymnastics. They kind of gave up on me playing an instrument because my sister and my brother were never good at piano or violin. So they said, Michelle, you're the baby, do not play an instrument. So they said, you know, skating is great, keep on doing it. Hopefully it'll help you get into college. So
that was it, huh?
That was it. It's something I fell in love with. And I'm glad that they were there to push me on tough days. I mean, at 7 or 8 or 10 years old, you're like, wow, I could talk on the ice and be lazy. But my parents said, they made me understand that it costs a lot of money and that they are sacrificing a lot for the family just for us to skate. And I understood that at a very young age.
You started being homeschooled at 13,
yeah.
Is that right? Do you feel like you missed out on childhood a little bit? Because you're now back in school, but you really hadn't been for years.
Yep. I started homeschool in 7th grade. One of the reasons is because I started traveling for competitions. And my dad was kind of upset that I had to become homeschooled, but he realized that because of the traveling schedule, I would not be able to make school, attend school all the time. And I think you were allowed to only miss 2 school days, and that was it. And so it was a smart move, and you know, I don't regret it at all. I consider myself pretty normal, I think. But yeah, I had my sister and my brother and a lot of friends that were in the same position, training for competitions and also balancing that with school.
So you don't feel like you missed out on the dances and...
No, not at all. I mean, I had my own dances, but that was dance
in front of millions of people around the world, yeah?
Yeah, I had great opportunity to travel around the world and to see the world.
Now, have you always had a severely competitive spirit?
Yes, being the baby, having an older sister and older brother, and an older sister that skated as well. We're always very like a friendly competition, push each other, and even when my brother when we were like 7 years old, he would have to walk us home. And so we'd always like race home, who would be the fastest. And I mean, everything was a competition, but it's siblings, you know, it's like a friendly rivalry that pushes you, even in life. I mean, even now, it's like, come on, you can do it. Just encourage and motivate and try to inspire you.
Do you think that your sister harbors any resentments at all that she wasn't able to achieve the success that you have?
It's like the Williams sisters. You know, there's something special about my sister and I, the relationship that we have. It's just amazing because our family has a great dynamics to it.
What would you say is the biggest highlight of your career?
I've had so many. That sounded wrong. I've had so many wonderful moments. I mean,
in 1996, I know you won the world and the national championships.
Yeah.
That must have been pretty spectacular.
Yeah, and I've always been the type of skater that wears her heart on the sleeve. I've always been myself. Like when I fall, like you could see the frustration. When I win, it's great. And then I am very real. You know, I show my emotions and I'm not afraid to hide it because that's what life is all about. You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And the important thing is that you pick yourself back up.
Skating is one of those sports that is so unique because you are just out there. And in your case, you literally have millions of people around the world scrutinizing everything. What is it like when you fall? I mean, really, I mean,
it hurts.
I know when I'm sitting on my, my couch, it's like this tension, you know, what's that like?
You're
After all
trained.
these years of training.
Yeah, you are trained so well that you just pick yourself back up to keep on going and to never give up because there's been a lot of skaters who have won a competition, won the Olympics by one mistake, by one fall. So you never know, really. And when people ask me, how does it feel to be on the ice all alone? I'm like, no, it took a lot of teamwork, my coaches, my parents, my friends, people, my family, to get me there.
But are you so nervous? Like when your first Olympics, you're out there, you skate out there on the ice. Tell me what was going through your mind.
Usually, it's so quiet. I can hear my heartbeat. And I'm usually very, very calm, and it's sort of like a meditation. It's not like, oh, this is so many people, oh my God. You're in the zone. I think when athletes talk about being in the zone, that's what it is. It's just knowing that you can do it and believing in yourself. And you've trained yourself so many times to do a certain jump or to do the program, and you just kind of turn it on.